The story begins in the city Hamburg, where a married couple, Tim and Olivia, live in an apartment. Tim is a famous game developer, but for the past few years he has been completely consumed by his work. Why? Because he and Olivia lost their unborn child during pregnancy, a tragedy that shattered them both. To numb his pain, Tim buried himself in work. He's so absorbed that he seems to have forgotten what Olivia must be going through as a mother. He's emotionally distant, and a wall has formed between them. Still, Olivia hasn't given up. She keeps trying to reconnect, begging him to take some time away from work to save their marriage. But Tim is not someone who knows how to face his emotions directly. One day they meet their landlord, Harold Friedman, who informs them that the apartment renovations are finally complete. He apologizes for the 3 months of inconvenience and assures them that everything will now run smoothly. He also warns them about a fire outbreak in the city and suggests they avoid going out for a while. Just then, they spot a military helicopter flying rapidly toward the port area where the fire had been reported. Later, Olivia takes Tim to their old van, a place full of memories. There, she begins to dream again, of escaping to Paris and starting a new life together. But Tim tells Olivia that he's currently busy with something very important, a project he absolutely has to finish. He's referring to his upcoming video game and promises that they'll go on a trip once it's done. Olivia doesn't say anything, but deep down she's hurt. That night, she silently cries, broken and alone. The next morning, Tim wakes up and sees Olivia packing her things. She's finally decided to leave. But just as Olivia opens the door to walk out, she's shocked to see a strange black tile-like wall standing right outside, blocking the only way out of their apartment. At first, she suspects that Tim might have done something to stop her from leaving. But Tim himself is confused. He has no idea what's going on. Soon they discover that not just the door, but the entire apartment has been surrounded by these mysterious, dark walls. They both try everything to break through it, hammering, cutting, drilling, but nothing works. Then Tim notices something odd. The wall reacts to his smartphone, almost as if it's some kind of electronic interface. Olivia tries to contact their landlord, Mr. Friedman, but all networks are down. They're completely cut off from the outside world. They wonder, how could someone cover the entire building overnight? Suddenly, they hear voices from the neighbor's apartment. Olivia makes a small hole in the wall and asks the neighbor if they're also seeing the same black walls. To their shock, the neighbors are also trapped and terrified. One of them believes that their landlord is trying to kill them. They also discover that the building's water supply has been completely shut off. Tensions rise between Tim and Olivia, and soon they get into a heated argument. In a fit of anger, Tim throws his phone at the mysterious wall. Later, when Olivia brings him tea to calm things down, Tim notices something strange. His phone's broken speaker is stuck to the wall. As he pulls it off, he realizes the wall has magnetic properties. That's why the speaker was attached so tightly. To confirm it, they begin testing the wall by sticking different metal objects on it. They discover that 4 tiles, forming a perfect square, have significantly stronger magnetic pull. Whenever they bring any metal close to that area, the object sharply turns toward it. Suddenly, the magnetic force intensifies and pulls toward Olivia. Tim jumps in front to protect her and ends up injuring his back. Olivia quickly tends to his wounds and bandages his back. Meanwhile, they hear distressing voices coming from the neighbor's apartment. They create another hole in the wall and peek through. They see Marvin and his girlfriend Anna. Due to a misunderstanding, Tim and Olivia assume that Marvin is hurting Anna. They break into the apartment and Tim begins to fight Marvin. But soon the truth is revealed. Marvin is heavily intoxicated from drugs and, in a desperate attempt to break through the wall, has accidentally injured both himself and Anna. Tim ties Marvin's hands with a belt to stop him from doing anything irrational again. Marvin believes that their landlord, Friedman, is behind everything, like some kind of Squid Game, where they are the helpless players and he's having fun with their suffering. Olivia tells everyone that the apartment building was built back in 1857, and there's a secret underground bomb shelter below it. Originally made to protect from air raids, it even connects to the city's metro lines. She suggests that if they can break through the floor above, they might reach the shelter and escape. As Tim successfully breaks into the lower apartment, he's suddenly held at gunpoint by an old man, Mr. Oswald, a war veteran from World War II. Oswald lives with his granddaughter Leah, and due to his traumatic wartime experiences, he trusts no one, believing that when things go wrong, people turn on each other like savages. But Leah manages to convince him to let Tim and the others in, so they can work together and find a way out. While exploring, Tim uncovers something truly disturbing. Hidden cameras inside the fire alarm systems of every apartment unit. Everyone begins to suspect that Friedman might be the mastermind behind this entire situation. Olivia suggests they confront him directly, since his apartment is located just next to Oswald's. They break through the wall and enter Friedman's place. But what they find shocks them to the core. Friedman is dead, lying in a pool of blood with both hands severed. No one knows whether it was murder or something far worse. Tim picks up Friedman's phone and finds multiple pictures of the walls, suggesting Friedman was documenting the phenomenon before his death. Seeing the corpse, Marvin completely freaks out and starts frantically breaking into the floor below in a desperate attempt to escape. Suddenly, the floor collapses, and all the tenants fall into the apartment below. This is the apartment of a programmer named Anton, where they meet his friend Yuri. Yuri informs them that Anton died of a heart attack last night. He reveals that Anton had been obsessively trying to uncover the mystery behind the black walls, and the stress likely led to his death. Yuri insists that escaping is now impossible. Toxic gas has spread throughout the building, and anyone who goes outside will die instantly. But Olivia refuses to accept that. She says, if Yuri is lying, then there's still a chance we can survive. With that hope, everyone starts moving further downstairs. When they reach the bottom level, they discover that even the bunker door is sealed off by the same mysterious black wall. Things take a darker turn when a drunken Marvin steals Mr. Oswald's gun and fires it at the wall. The bullet bounces off and critically injures Mr. Oswald instead. His granddaughter Leah is devastated, and the group, defeated and heartbroken, returns to Anton's apartment. Yuri now feels relieved, believing that everyone has realized trying to escape was suicide from the start. Meanwhile, Anna shares a more spiritual view. She believes this is some kind of test or metaphysical puzzle, that maybe their past choices have led them to this entrapment. She urges everyone to open up about their personal struggles and emotional burdens. Olivia finally talks openly about her crumbling relationship with Tim, which leads to another heated argument between them. At that moment, Leah suggests examining Anton's sketches and data, believing that he might have discovered something important before his death. Now Tim, Marvin, and his wife go to check the building manager's room, while Tim's wife and the old man's granddaughter go to see the work of Yuri's friend. But Yuri is not interested in this. When Tim is checking the building manager's house, he notices that this room is smaller than the room upstairs. He inspects a wall and finds out that there is a secret room behind it. Marvin also finds a remote, but it is locked with a password. They throw powder on the remote and find fingerprints on 4 numbers. Now they try to make a password using those 4 numbers. Marvin's wife says that she will call the rest of the people in the meantime. Both of them find Yuri's friend's business card in his room. The card reveals that he was working on nanotechnology. He was associated with a company that dealt in nanotechnology and defense technology. They question Yuri, but he says he never talked much about his work. All he knows is that his friend was a programmer. As they continue searching, they find his friend's laptop and phone broken. Yuri says that whenever his friend didn't understand something, he used to smash things against the wall. They also find a paper with a code written on it. Perhaps this code is to open the hidden wall. Yuri says while laughing, harmful rays will come inside and kill everyone if the door opens. Marvin's wife comes and says that they have found something. Tim's wife and Yuri start going upstairs to check, while the old man's granddaughter stays behind to do more research. Tim tries different passwords, and the secret door opens while trying one. When they go inside, there are computers, on which the footage from the cameras installed in all their rooms is playing. They check Tim and his wife's room, and find the exact time the brick wall started expanding. This wall was spreading over the entire building, as if some defense system had been activated. It was advanced nanotechnology. The old man's granddaughter checks the dead body of Yuri's friend. When she removes his scarf, she sees marks of strangulation. On the other hand, they check the room of Yuri's friend, whose dead body was lying on the floor. When they ask Yuri about his death, they realize that Yuri is not there. Marvin goes to find him, and they see a video in which Yuri's friend went near the wall with a phone. There, the light flashes 3 or 4 times, and it is revealed that Yuri's friend had opened this brick wall. Marvin went to Yuri's room to find him, and sees that Yuri is burning his friend's work. Tim and the others also see the footage, showing Yuri strangling his friend. Marvin sees that the old man's granddaughter is also dead near the bed. He starts shouting at Yuri, but Yuri says that he is doing this to save everyone's life. Tim comes with a gun, and sees that Yuri is strangling Marvin. Then Yuri attacks Tim, knocks him down, and starts strangling him. Marvin stands up and kicks Yuri away, saving Tim's life. Other people also come there. They say, "Don't kill Yuri. Maybe he knows the way out." Tim makes Yuri unconscious and ties him to a chair. Now all these people were very sad about the death of the old man's granddaughter. Marvin's wife thinks that Yuri must have killed his friend because he had found the way out. They see the code on the burnt paper. The burnt paper shows that this code is like a sequence, which points toward a specific code, just like this brick wall on the building is arranged in a specific sequence. Tim's wife shows Yuri's friend's business card. It is revealed that his company's address is the same place where the huge fire broke out. She wakes up Yuri and asks how his friend was able to open the brick wall. Yuri says that everything outside is dangerous and they are safe inside. Tim scares him by shooting at the side and asks whether this wall was built by his company and why. Yuri says, "All I know is that this wall has been built through a defense system to avoid dangers from all kinds of attacks." Tim's wife asks, "If everything is dangerous outside, then why did your friend want to go out?" Yuri tells them, "My friend was feeling as if there is some problem in their system due to that fire." On this, Marvin says, "He was thinking right, and we should also believe him." Marvin's wife tells them that Yuri's friend was working on something on his laptop. Tim says that he was making an app through programming that could open the brick wall. They see that Yuri had broken his friend's phone and laptop. They connect the broken phone to the computer. They understand that the phone is a key, and the square-shaped areas on the wall are all locks. Yuri's friend used the phone's flash, which is an electromagnetic wave, and opened the door. Tim fixes the app, and they go near the brick wall. They run the app and keep clicking in a random order, due to which the phone's flash starts turning on, and the wall also starts changing, as if there is a way. Marvin's wife puts her hand inside the wall and says that she is feeling heat. Then she says in panic that now her hand is not able to come out, and something is pulling her. They try to pull her back, but Marvin's wife starts going inside the wall. Then the wall closes, and only half of Marvin's wife's body falls down with them. Marvin becomes sad over her death. Seeing this, Yuri starts laughing. Marvin shoots Yuri in a fit of rage, and then takes his own life using a gun. Now only Tim and his wife are left, who are sitting sadly in one place. They think that everything is over. Tim's wife says that she was very sad when their child was gone. "I needed you at that time, but you were away from me." He says, "I am thankful to you that you didn't leave me." His wife says, "Because I love you." Then both decide that they will find a way out. They run the app and see that pressing the button activates different flashes in different orders, sometimes 6, sometimes 4, and occasionally just 1 or 2. They watch the video to see which route Yuri's friend used. They go downstairs and try to open the wall using the app, but suddenly Yuri, who was still alive, attacks Tim. Then he begins to chase Tim's wife, who falls into the basement. Now Tim pushes Yuri too, making him fall into the basement. Then Tim himself jumps down. Tim and his wife start running, while Yuri follows them. After entering a room, they close the door behind them, and Yuri remains outside, but he keeps trying to break the door. That's when Tim gives his phone to his wife and says, "Open the door." Tim's wife unlocks the door by entering the code, but at that moment Yuri breaks in and attacks Tim. Both start strangling each other. Yuri throws Tim to the ground, and Tim tells his wife to escape alone. Before Yuri could harm Tim, his wife attacks Yuri from behind with a hammer. Yuri dies. Now both of them move forward through the tunnel, and eventually come out to freedom. They see that the brick walls have surrounded the whole place. Seeing this, she gets very upset, but then they spot their car, get in and drive away towards Paris. The radio broadcasts the news that the company's advanced nanotech system was accidentally activated due to the fire. As a result, the entire city has come under its control. And now, if they want to save themselves from all this, the advanced nanotech system must be shut down. And with this, the film ends here.
If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Witty Recap, and let us know in the comments, what did you think about this story?